So today's an exciting day for Gertie and I. We are going to introduce the teeter. She's about 11 and a half months old now. I don't like to do this unless their growth plates are closed, and she has actually had x-rays, so we know her growth plates are closed, just simply because you are banging. So we've done our pre-work, which is on a wobble board. Can you wobble? Oh, and on the bang it. You can see she's quite comfortable. And you do all this so that they get used to movement. Wobble. Oh, good girl. And so we spent months just playing on this. I don't call this a T-E-E-T-E-R. I call this a bang it because it's a shorter version. Yes. And I've used my clicker on that. I don't have my clicker today. Good girl. So now we're going to introduce the teeter. All right, let's go. Okay, so earlier I took her brothers out and I let her see her brothers do the teeter. Dogs learn so much by watching. So because of that, I wanted to make sure she didn't go get on the teeter by herself. So I put a jump there so she couldn't. This is a table with the 24-inch table legs underneath it. And notice a cushion pad. So it's really not going to make much noise. You get the jump out of the way. And you can see it's really not going to fall that far. And I'm going to help catch it. Usually I would use that cheese in a can, magic cheese I call it, but I am out. And so I have some very squishy mozzarella cheese in the little containers. You want something that's not going to go rolling off of the teeter. That's why you want something like the cheese in a can. Liverwurst would be another good thing. I'm just going to tuck this under here. And I'll talk about why I teach the teeter using this method in a minute. Okay, this is Gertie's first teeter. All right, you ready? Let's go teeter. Oh, good girl. Good girl. Nice job. Now, she's a small dog, so I'm not going to let her jump off this 24-inch table. That was awesome. What a good girl. Now, I could be having my clicker out here. I'm just honestly, sometimes when I got a lot of moving parts like this, I'm not coordinated enough for a clicker, my dog, the treats. All right, let's go. Let's do it again. All right, I'm going to do it on the other side now. Are you ready? Go teeter. Target. Yeah, good girl. So I'm both rewarding her, good girl, for driving to the end, as well as the teeter by having this cheese on the end. The rubberized contacts are almost impossible to get anything to stick to them. So I actually have a piece of packing tape that I wrapped all the way around. So that's a little cheat for you, so you don't have to put it on your teeter. Want to do another one? With this table as a landing, you now also have a comfortable space for them to step off on. So if you did have a true 24-inch dog, a golden retriever or something, they come up here, eat their cookie, they can then walk off. You ready? You ready? You ready? Oh, gotta get on it this way. You ready? Let's go, teeter! Target! Yeah, right there. Oh, mamacita. That's my girl. Good girl. Good girl. Actually, all right, we'll do one more. I was going to hang on to her so I could tell you why I like this method of teaching the teeter versus some of the other methods, but we'll do one more. Are you ready? Come here. We'll do one from this side. Gert. Good girl. Wait. And I'm going to start from the beginning, making Gertrude, making sure she gets on it properly. Let's go teeter. Target. Oh, good girl. Good girl. Good girl. So one thing I'm never ever going to do is I'm never going to force her. You notice when she paused here, I didn't come back. I didn't try and grab her. I just indicated that the treat was up here. If I did get my dog on here and she was all of a sudden freaked out, no problem. I just back up and I go play some more bang it. Something else I do is the sound can scare a lot of dogs. So while we were doing the boys earlier, my other two older dogs, as the teeter banged, they were doing the full teeter. Nick was rewarding Gertie every time the teeter banged. So they become to associate that bang with cookies and good things. If you have another dog in class, you can have somebody reward your puppy, or you can reward your puppy every time that there's a teeter if your instructor's okay with you bringing the puppy. I had an agility training school for 7 years, and I taught the teeter a whole bunch of different ways. Down lowered, raising it up. One of the things that I don't like now, when you bring the teeter all the way down and it's just tipping a little bit, every time they see the teeter, it looks different. With this method, this teeter, every time from now on for the rest of her life that she sees this teeter, it's going to look like this. It's going to have this steepness. I put the pad under here so it's a nice soft bang, so there isn't a lot of banging on there. Distance, duration, distraction. You only want to increase one at a time. And right now, this is ultimate kind of distraction. I'm right next to her, so I'm not doing the distance. I'm not doing distraction, where I'm not doing duration, because it's just right here, quick teeter. I help her off. I use the word target. For a small dog, I want all 4 feet on the teeter. I don't want a 2 on 2 off. I actually had a dog try that once, and it ended up, the teeter came up and caught her under her butt and flipped her. Not a good thing. Fortunately, she wasn't hurt, but I want to teach them all 4 feet on. I'm going to keep this with the 24-inch table legs until she is absolutely positively driving to the end of this. So you can see right now, a little hesitant. First time she's seen this. I am absolutely thrilled with how she's done. I'm going to keep it short. I'm only going to do what I did now, which was 2 on each side. I don't want to keep drilling it. Don't practice to the point where you get to failure. Once she's really comfortable driving to the end, I'm going to put the 16-inch table legs on there. I'm going to keep this on here, the pad, and you can see it's just a thick dog blanket, until she's really comfortable driving there. And same thing that I did here, where at first I controlled that drop. I'm going to do the same thing with the 16-inch table legs. I'm going to help her with the drop. If you have a big dog getting on here, you can still help control that from back here if you can't quite get to the end, or you can put them in a sit-stay. If you have a dog that's a little hesitant, you can put a collar on them. Guide them. Don't drag them. This should be a joyful thing. Everything that you do with training your dog should be joyful. So if you want to hang on to the collar and guide them, if they want to jump off, let them. They actually need to learn how to jump off the teeter, because there may be times it's not a great teeter entrance and they come on a little wonky, and so they do have to bail. So if they do come up and they bail, that's okay. They just learned how to bail off the teeter safely now. And that's a sign to you that you might have to back up a little bit on your teeter training. Once I'm doing the 16-inch legs successfully, if you have 12-inch legs now, that we have 12-inch legs, you can go to 12-inch legs, 8-inch legs, and then finally all the way down. So the picture to the dog is the same every time with this method. The drop will get different eventually. Going back to when you lower the teeter, both things changed every time they saw it. So if I hit it at its very lowest and it's just tipping, they see that it's a little windy here. They see that it's just moving, they only see that it's up a little bit and it's only moving a little bit. Then when you raise it, both things change. Now it's a steeper angle and it's dropping further. With this, the only thing that changed is the drop. And it's that nice soft, nice controlled. So have some fun with it, play with it. Remember, keep it positive and keep it short.